In 1943, the Allies were planning to invade Nazi-occupied Europe. But there was one problem. The Germans were watching, and they knew something big was coming. If Hitler guessed the wrong location, thousands of lives could be saved. So British intelligence came up with a plan. A strange plan. A risky plan. A plan involving a dead man. This is the story of Operation Mincemeat, the bizarre real-life plot that helped win the war using a corpse. It started in London. A group of intelligence officers were tasked with misleading the Nazis. The idea? To drop a body off the coast of Spain, dressed like a British officer, carrying fake military documents. That suggested the Allies would invade Greece and not Sicily. The hope was that the documents would fall into German hands and they'd believe them. But first, they needed a body. The British found one, a man named Glinder Michael, who had died under sad circumstances. He had no family, no ties, and no identity the Germans could trace. They gave him a new name, Major William Martin. They dressed him in uniform, added a fake ID, receipts from a tailor, a ticket stub, a photo of a fictional fiancée named Pam, and even love letters in his pockets. It had to look real, not like a spy, but like a real man who had a real life and real secrets. Then came the documents. They were carefully forged letters between British generals that clearly outlined a plan to attack Greece and Sardinia. None of it was true. But it had to feel true. On April 30th, 1943, the body was placed inside a sealed canister and dropped into the sea near Spain. The British knew the current would carry it to the shore, and they knew Spanish authorities had Nazi contacts. And just as they hoped, the body was found. The documents were passed along straight into German hands. Then, silence. The British waited. 4 days. Then weeks. Had the Germans believed it? Had the plan worked? Finally, confirmation. German troops were repositioned to Greece. Sicily, the real invasion target, was left poorly defended. When the Allies landed in Sicily, they faced far less resistance than expected. And thousands of soldiers lived because of one dead man and a pocket full of lies. Operation Mincemeat had worked, and the Nazis never realized they had been tricked. In fact, Hitler himself believed the documents were real. He even redirected tanks and airplanes, all because of one planted body. It wasn't until decades later that the truth came out. The man known as Major William Martin was given a real grave in Spain. His headstone reads, "Known unto God," but underneath, a new plaque was added. Glinder Michael, who served as Major William Martin. It's strange to think that one of the most successful military operations in history involved a man who had nothing when he died. No family. No fortune. And yet, he changed the course of a world war. Sometimes, history isn't shaped by kings or generals. Sometimes, it's shaped by the forgotten, the invisible, the ones we never expected. And in this case, by a man who became a hero without ever knowing it.